Mic check. 1, 2. Mic check. 1, 2. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to another daily live stream. How are we all doing today? We doing good today? We doing all right? Hopefully everyone's doing well, swell, happy and healthy. That's the goal as the squeaky chair is doing its thing. It's nice to see everyone in here. It's nice to see everyone in chat, chatting it up, sharing their journey. Today is day 722 of my fasting journey, 722 days of my journey. And I have tried to be accountable every single day. And that's exactly what this live stream is. It's an accountability live stream. It's a time for me to share how I'm feeling fasted wise, where my weight is at, how I'm feeling emotionally, mentally, how I'm dealing with things, and what the future continues to look like. But these accountability live streams are important in such a big way for me that it helps keep me in check. And that's why I am here frequently so far now, 90 some days in a row. It's also an opportunity, a chance for you to share your accountability. You see people sharing it here right now on the live stream in chat. People are sharing where they're at, what they're doing on their journey, because I truly, wholeheartedly believe that having a community of people, knowing that you're not alone on your fasting journey, but also your health and wellness journey, can help a lot. It can really make the difference on pushing a longer fast or feeling like you're alone and not having accountability and saying, well, no one's here to tell me otherwise. So now I'm just going to break. Now I'm just going to eat whatever. Now I'm just going to stop doing what I'm doing. My hope is that you will break out of these bad habits and you will put yourself into a place where you understand the importance of accountability, the importance of prioritizing your health and wellness. Before I can continue on, Lana Tana just became a part of the Finally Fasting fam. Lana Tana, thank you for your support. Thank you for joining the Finally Fasting fam. As my chair squeaks and I'm trying to grab my moleskin, can we throw some F's up for Lana Tana? If you are part of the Finally Fasting fam, if you are a member, you do have this emoji. Lana Tana, thank you for being part of the fam. Hopefully people are throwing some F's up for you. Appreciate you. Thank you for your support. Thank you so much. And while we're talking about others that are in here as well, let me go ahead and let me give a quick hello before it gets a little out of hand. Tommy, Miss Peaceful One, Elmadas, how are you? Mandla, Deja, Ian, welcome. Who else is in here in chat? Happy Bunny, Sleck, Kevin, how's it going? Maggie May, I see you in here as well. Sid, welcome. Aisha, hello. Writer family, it's nice to see you. Did I say Ian? I think I did, but that's okay. I'll say it again. Lana Tana, like I said earlier, thank you for being part of the Finally Fasting fam, but hello to you as well. Peace to all. Nice to see you. Randall, hello. Is that everyone? Adeline, welcome. Margaret from Facebook, I can't forget you. E-Gunner or I think it's E-Gunner. We'll stick with E-Gunner unless you tell me otherwise. Cap Rising, Lynn, Ronnie, Birdie, hello. Nice to see you. Kay Betters, Tanya, Megan, Jennifer. So many other people are in here as well. Hey, Skippy, welcome. Shauna, nice to see you. Mandla, GYSD, welcome as well. Is that everyone? I think that's everyone. Oh, Letty. Letty's in here too. Hi, Letty. Hi, AH. Nice to see you. So, when I talk about accountability, I talk about myself and share what my journey looks like, but this is also where I take some time now. And at the very start of this, I like to see how all of you are doing. I like to share whatever knowledge and advice that I can give because I understand how important that is to also know that you're not alone on your journey. Let me go ahead and I'll scroll up here. Tommy says, what up, Jay Levers? Not Levels, my bad. You're good. Yesterday, Tommy called me Jay Levels and I was a little confused, but Tommy meant Jay Levers. And my fasting peeps, crazy day this morning, helping my son with his car. I got frustrated, but I still continued with my fast, 18 hours right now. Congrats on being 18 hours in, Tommy. Also realizing that even on a crazy day, even on a hectic day, you don't have to resort to food to cope, whether it's a crazy day or because you're stressed out in that way. Tommy also says, when I got to work this morning, what do I find on my desk? A donut. How many of you go to work and people have food everywhere? Is it extra hard for you to beat around those temptations, especially when you're working on a fast? Do you find yourself succumbing to it time and time again? I can only imagine how difficult that can be, but sometimes it's a habit knowing that, nope, today's a fasting day. It's a non-negotiable. I'm not going to make deals with myself to break. So I understand that, Tommy. Tommy also says, can't make this stuff up, but I'm sticking with my fast. Congrats on doing that, Tommy. But I did have a non-scale victory yesterday, and I love it. Thanks, Jay Levers. You're very welcome, Tommy. I'm glad that you are thinking about your non-scale victories and that it isn't just about the number on the scale, that there are other victories outside that as well. Miss Peaceful One says, hi fam, 19 hours fasted, rolling into the 72-hour fasting challenge from the 28th of October to the 30th of October. You can begin after you refeed today or tomorrow and break on the 31st. How many of you are in on this challenge? I mean, I was looking through chat earlier. It looks like Miss Peaceful One shared all the participants who are participating in this. My guess is it isn't too late. I don't know how many of you are wanting to join in on this, but here's your chance. Do it together as a group, starting either tonight after you refeed and pushing for the next 3 days, trying to get a 72 in. And remember, even if you don't get a 72 in, don't beat yourself up, show up, be accountable, share with us. If you can be accountable, or if you can be vocal enough to say, I want to join, be vocal enough to say, hey, I did it, or hey, I wasn't able to make it, but I showed up. Sometimes it's even just doing something as small as that, not walking away, not giving up, where you make a bigger difference than just focusing on a super long fast. It looks like, if I'm reading this right, Miss Peaceful One, if you're currently 19 hours fasted, you're pushing a lot longer than 72. Is that fair to say? Keep us posted. And thanks for setting something up like this, because it sounds like a lot of people are excited to do this together. Almadas says day 24. I'm much better than yesterday. It's a stable day. I worked, I gardened. I'm doing the 72-hour challenge from today after my refeed to the 30th. If there's any hunger, I've planned for broth and to reassure family. That's great, Almadas. You also have a backup plan in place, a very important thing that a lot of people miss, because most people will tell themselves, okay, I'm going to fast now for a week or 10 days, but not have a backup plan. Why? Because they're stuck in the all or nothing mindset, when in reality, it's always important to have a backup plan. Whether you make it or not, you should always have a plan that doesn't get you to do the nothing part, where then you give up completely and say, well, what's the point of doing anything? So thank you for sharing with us, Almadas. Good luck to you on the 72. Manwa says, hi all, day 27 of my fasting journey. I'm 30 hours fasted. I don't want to break. I'll be joining the 72-hour challenge, feeling able, calm, and in the right headspace for it. That's amazing, Manwa, being 30 hours in and then adding onto it as well. So you're like Miss Peaceful One at the moment, pushing a long fast, longer than 72 at this point. But the same goes for you. Remember, even if you're not able to push as long as maybe you thought, no shame, no guilt, no embarrassment. You just keep working on your journey like you have been showing us. I mean, think about it. Tomorrow, you'll be doing this 4 weeks in a row now. Congrats to you, Manla. Congrats on being 30 hours fasted. Keep us posted. Deja says, day 5 of 10 fasted. For those that don't know, Deja's working on a 10-day fast, had a 0-calorie drink this morning and feeling okay. I guess I'll already be part of the 3-day challenge that starts tomorrow. Seems like as I've lost more, I only lose maybe 0.5 pounds a day on a fast. And for some people, even me as well, Deja, there are some days where I'll be 6-7 days in, and there are days where I might not lose anything at all. I don't want that to frustrate you. I just want you to realize that some days that might happen, but as long as you trust the process, you're going to be good. Thank you for sharing with us, Deja. Deja actually also says, not going to lie, I'm honestly over this mentally. Physically, I'm not super hungry today, but mentally I've been dragging with the fast, but trying to push and work my backup levers if needed. And so this is a very difficult moment for many people. How many of you have felt mentally exhausted after pushing a longer fast? Now, Deja has backup plans, has things like 0-calorie drinks, has other things to help prolong that fast. But maybe something to help remind you as well, Deja, is with where you're at right now, you're 5 days in. Sometimes the question is, if I were to ask you right now, can you get up off of your seat and go get mail out of the mailbox? Can you get up off of your seat or roll out of bed and walk to the bathroom? Can you still function like a normal human being? And if the answer to that is yes, then most likely you should be able to continue pushing your fast. But I get it. Mentally, it can be very tough. And that's where we have to find ways to sometimes distract ourselves, find a way to keep busy, give ourselves different rewards. Or if you really think about it, and this is something that maybe I'll start talking about in the future as well, this is where you realize, yes, this is going to be difficult. I'm in a difficult place right now. I have to be in an uncomfortable position right now, but this is how I grow, and this is how I learn, and this is how I practice discipline. So thank you for sharing with us, Deja. I look forward to seeing how the days push forward for you. Ian says, I was up 0.8 pounds this morning as I expected. Ian had shared with us yesterday that, if I remember this correctly, Ian, you had a bigger lunch, and so you expected maybe a little bit of a gain, but I kept my calories under 2,000 today, started my timer a bit later than usual, but I'll try to put some good hours in. And that's all that matters. Ian is aware, he is accountable. And for those of you who might not think that that's nothing, or it isn't worth it, or, well, that's it, that's all Ian's doing, I want you to understand that knowing that you might have overeaten and you expect the weight to go up is part of the learning process. That's also you taking away power from the scale, knowing that, yeah, the weight's going to push itself up, but it's also going to push itself back down as long as I trust the process, as long as I continue doing good things for myself. And like what Ian says here as well, I also did my 10,000 steps after my last meal. So still working other weight loss levers outside of just fasting. Congrats to you, Ian. Please keep us posted as always. Did I get a Lana Tana also donated a $10 donation. Lana Tana, thank you so much for the additional support. Lana Tana says, I'm struggling. Did a 3-day conference last week and then a play and then dinners in New York. I only got in a or one 36-hour fast. I'm afraid I'm slipping back into old habits, especially with the holidays coming. And so, okay, let's take a minute here, Lanatana. First of all, thank you again for the $10 super chat. I appreciate your support. Thank you so much. So you had a 3-day conference last week, and then you went to a play, and then you had dinners. That's part of life. I said it before, but life be lifing, right? Things happen, and hopefully you don't feel too bad about it. Not many people can go through a 3-day conference, be invited to a play, go out to dinner with friends or family or both, and not expect to have a couple bumps in the road. Remember, this is just a very small part of your journey. So when you say, I only got one 36-hour fast in, I also want you to remember that a 36-hour fast is still a great fast to push. Maybe you're more upset that it's only one 36-hour fast, but also you had a 3-day conference. Also, you had a play. Also, you went out to dinner. All that means for you, Lanatana, is to just hit your timer and go again. So you say here you're afraid you're slipping back into old habits. You know how to get yourself out of that. And if you don't, I'll say it like this. Number one, you're being aware. You aren't hiding. You aren't running away. You aren't pretending it didn't happen. You are physically here watching this and also saying, I don't want to slip back. So what does it take? It takes accountability. It takes hitting your timer and being aware and responsible of what you're doing. So with where you're at right now, the only thing I think that matters is, okay, where are you at? You're going to hit your timer. You're going to push forward. If you want to push along fast, you're going to strive for that. You're going to go for as long as you can. If you find yourself starting to struggle, ask the questions that I asked earlier. Can I still function like a normal human being? Am I okay right now? If it means that you're a little dehydrated, maybe it's getting some water in. Maybe it's getting some electrolytes in. Maybe it's having some bone broth. Maybe it's having a 0-calorie drink. Think about your hacks. Do you practice any hacks to prolong your fast? Do you keep busy? Do you have other reward systems outside of food? Especially with the holidays coming, right? This is big for many people. The one thing I'll remind people as well is Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. Maybe Christmas Eve, maybe a party the day before Halloween, maybe having an extra day after Thanksgiving. That's 8 days that I'm counting, or 7. This one's not up. But let's say it's 8 days. That's still 8 days for the next 2 months plus. That's 8 days out of 63 days. That's still a very small portion of time. There are still 50 plus days that you can do good things for yourself, if not more than that, depending on how many days you give yourself to indulge. It also doesn't mean that every holiday has to go insane. That is still where you put some control in what you're doing. Lanatana, if you want more accountability, all that might mean for you is to show up here, share with other people. You don't have to do it here either. Sometimes you just need to share that accountability with someone else. Remember, for any of you watching this right now, it's not so much that we don't know how to lose weight. It's not so much that we don't know what healthy habits look like. It's more so the accountability piece that's missing. Lanatana, please keep us posted. I know you can do this. Continue to share with us. Lean on the community. GYSD with a $5 super chat. GYSD, thank you for your support. GYSD with a $5 super chat says, hi, Jerome. Wondering if you could start a Strava group for us. Because of all your steps, it would be another lever led by you. I've never used Strava before. I do use the health app. Will they merge together? Is that how it works? So the Strava app would then be like a group of people and you could see how many steps I get in every day. Is that how that would work? I mean, I'll take a look at it. That's not a bad idea. The only question is, does it show where I'm physically walking around? Because my privacy is really important to me, especially with what I do online. So if it can just share the steps and not share my physical location, I'm guessing you can hide that. Anyway, keep me posted, but that's not a bad idea. I like that. That's actually a really good idea. GYSD, thank you for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Tommy with a $10 Canadian super chat. You guys are starting to kill it now with these donations again. Tommy, it's so nice to see you. Tommy, thank you for the generous donation. Tommy with the $10 super chat says, Jerome, I admire your good work. Thank you for the kind words, Tommy. I appreciate that. I'm at my goal. Tommy has been sharing with us for quite some time, maybe not here in the live streams regularly, but Tommy has shared a lot on the comments, on Facebook even. So, I mean, again, I know many of the people who talk in chat. So, Tommy, congrats on hitting your goal. Congrats on being in maintenance. Today, I had a little rice with lunch, just a drop, feels weird. Great to see you. Tommy, I'm so happy for you. I'm so glad that you are able to hit goals. I want people to remember this as well. Many of us think that we can never get to this place, but I'm so close to where I'm at. I mean, honestly, for as long as I've kept this weight off now, I feel like I'm already at goal. I feel like I've been at goal for quite some time and have just been trying to optimize what I'm doing. And yes, I will still put weight on every now and then. Yes, I will still have bumps in the road, but I continue to trust the process. I continue to show up every single day. Tommy, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Okay, let me get back in chat here and see. I know there's a lot of people to talk to, so I'm going to try to catch up with where I can. Happy Bunny says, hello, I fell off my plan. So remember, when you're sharing your story here, I also want you to understand that people share the good and the bad. There's a lot to be learned when you do great, amazing things, but there's even more to be learned when you show up on the bad days because of opportunities like this. Happy Bunny says, I fell off my plan. Went to the gym this weekend for 30 minutes doing slow walks. Didn't go today and have really been off the food plan. I'm feeling stressed by life and I'm exhausted. Lost momentum. So here's the first thing, Happy Bunny. I'm wondering for you, when you got off of your food plan, was it because you decided not to go to the gym? And then you also decided, well, I didn't go to the gym, so I might as well eat this way too. Now, I'm not saying that's what happened, but if that is what happened, then I want you to start thinking about why are you giving up on all your weight loss levers? If you decided that you were going to eat as well, then that's fine, right? But I look at it this way as well. When you talk about losing momentum, maybe you need to start asking yourself if you're pushing too hard because you have put a lot of work in, Happy Bunny. Maybe it's time to take a step back and just give yourself some grace. Maybe it's time to take one of the levers that you're pulling really hard on and letting off of it for a little bit, whether it's the exercise or whether it's the diet. Or maybe, like you said, maybe it's both for now. And what I want you to remember is that if you decide to get back on it tomorrow, it doesn't mean that you have to then all of a sudden push super hard. But you're talking about doing a slow walk. So maybe that's just the first step. It's just starting off slow again, just getting yourself in there. Happy Bunny, and the way I see it is, like I mentioned earlier, like on a coaching session earlier today as well, it's a small bump in the road. These moments are bound to happen. Life is going to happen. There are days where I feel burnt out. There are days where I will eat back-to-back days. It's bound to happen. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. No guilt, no shame, no embarrassment. Keep pushing on, Happy Bunny. Thank you for being honest and sharing with us. I know it takes a lot to do that. Select says, broke last night after 12 hours instead of waiting for tonight. Still have some of the food that was planned for tonight's refeed. So even though I'm breaking again tonight, still the same amount of food eaten. So even though you broke earlier than usual, it looks like you're portioning the food out. Is that fair to say, Sleck? Hopefully you're not beating yourself up about it, that you know that just like everyone else, these are small bumps in the road. You're still trying to put control where control can be had. Thank you for sharing with us, Sleck. You're participating in the 72-hour challenge, correct? After tonight's refeed, you'll have to keep us posted with that as well. Thanks for sharing, Sleck. Kevin says 39 hours into Kevin's 155-hour fast. Congrats, Kevin, as usual. Pushing another long fast here. Woke up all puffy and inflamed. All my joints hurt. Seems so strange. Maybe my electrolytes are off. Anybody relate? I don't necessarily have this issue. I'm not exactly sure what could be going on with that. I'll take a page from Aisha's book and try to flush my system. Makes it hard to walk around when you feel like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Man, Kevin, hopefully you feel better. Hopefully it's a temporary thing. If anybody has experienced something similar in chat, please feel free to reach out to Kevin, share, because I can only imagine how difficult that can be. Hopefully you start feeling better, but congrats on pushing 39 hours in and also not telling yourself, well, I already feel awful, so I'm just going to break. You know that you can still keep pushing forward. Thank you for sharing with us again, Kevin. Maggie says, did my OMAD today, broke at 23 hours. Congrats on a 23-hour, Maggie. Ate clean and started my timer for the 72-hour challenge. 2 hours in currently. Maggie, keep us posted on your 72. Congrats on not just doing OMAD, but also keeping it clean. A really important thing that a lot of people sometimes forget is that, especially with a shorter fast like an OMAD, it's really important then that the diet has some or extra prioritization, because the shorter your fasts are, the cleaner your diet most likely has to be if you're trying to drop weight, if you're trying to lose weight. Sid, day 15 of a 30-day fast. Sid, you're halfway through it. Seeing some visible changes in my face and frame. Congrats to you, Sid. Stacking those non-scale victories and keeping it pushing. Good luck. Sid, congratulations on being halfway through. You're past that halfway point now. I'm sure it feels great. Sid also has a vacation planned after this, so has a good goal in mind. Actually, I'm a little curious, Sid. So when you finish the 30-day and you go to Lake Tahoe, is that correct? Are you breaking a specific way? I don't know exactly what you had planned. I'm curious. That's why I'm asking, and I will read it later in chat. But congrats to you, Sid, on doing what you're doing. Thank you for encouraging others to keep it up as well. Aisha says, I'm almost 120 hours fasted. Congrats, Aisha. I finally hit my goal of breaking into the 170s. An extra clap for you here. My morning weight today was 178. I love that for you. I'm sure it feels great. I got up at 5, drank 3 liters of water over that, and walked for 90 minutes total today. So here's Aisha working on her fasting lever, working on the exercise lever, working on we can't call it a diet lever per se, but making sure that she's getting hydrated, taking care of herself, probably on a really good sleep routine. Although I'm not exactly sure. You'll have to share that with me, Aisha. But congrats on breaking into the 170s. I'm sure it feels amazing. Thank you for sharing. Peace to All says, I broke my 75-hour fast, or I broke my fast at 75 hours with a clean refeed, salad, yogurt, and baked chicken. Sounds super clean. Hopefully the refeed was amazing. I can only imagine after being 75 hours fasted that all 3 of those things tasted great. So congrats to you, Peace to All. I'm pushing a 75. It looks like You had a good refeed. Did that mean that you started your next fast? Are you still going to maybe wait a little and have something small? Because I see Pista all saying here, I'll still be participating in the 72-hour fast. So maybe you might have a small dinner and then push for a 72. Congrats on getting this one in, though. I look forward to hearing about your second one. GYSD donated another $10 super chat. GYSD, thank you for your support as always. GYSD with the $10 super chat says, back from the Emerald Coast vacation, down 4 pounds. So you went on vacation and you still dropped weight? That's amazing. That's not many people can achieve that. I love that for you. Followed OMAD/keto, enjoyed long walks, sun and sea, didn't miss my usual overeating habits while on vacation this time. Having a plan helped. Such great advice. GYSD talked about this a couple days ago as well, where vacations don't always just have to mean food all day, every day. It doesn't mean that you have to stuff yourself all day, every day. I'm not saying that you can't. I'm not saying that you can't indulge, because I definitely do when I go on vacation. But even on my last vacation, when I went to Toronto, I was in Toronto for a week. And during those 7 days, 3 of those days I fasted because I wasn't doing anything huge or special. And I told myself, I'm just going to take this time and spend time with family and friends. GYSD, congrats. Hopefully the vacation was great. It sounded like it was. I know you kept us up to date. Congrats, though, on being down 4 pounds while on vacation. That's a huge win for you. I love that for you. Keep us posted, GYSD, on your journey. Thank you for sharing with us again. And thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much. Adeline says, hi, everyone. Trying to challenge the challenge put up by Miss Peaceful One. I started 10 p.m. yesterday. We'll see how far I go. Adeline, remember, regardless of how far you go, keep us posted. Let us know. No shame, no guilt, no embarrassment. That's great to see you push with this challenge. Hopefully, for many of you who might be participating in this challenge, you feel inspired knowing that many people are doing this with you. So I look forward to all of you sharing with me how you're doing on this challenge. Just FYI, some of you might be wondering, Jerome, are you doing this challenge? I'm not. I had thought about it, and that's actually why I'm talking about my title today is called Damage Control During Social Events. I have a good number of social events coming up because I am going to be moving out of the country soon, and a lot of friends and family are trying to get me to hang out and have dinner and do things. And so because of that, it's going to be a little rough for me. So I'm just going to continue working on my ADF. There will probably be some back-to-back eating days, but I'm going to try to keep it as controlled as I can. E-Gunner says, gained weight and fat overeating on carnivore. Will try to do long fasts now. It sucks that I can overeat even while eating clean. I mean, I can do the same, but I understand trying to even eat clean on something that's as restrictive as carnivore. That's tough to know that you can still overeat that way. Fasting remains to be the only constant. Keep on keeping on, people. E-Gunner, thank you for sharing that with us. Let me see if I can offer any advice here. So when I read this, the first thing that kind of went through my head is, hopefully when you talk about doing long fasts, I want you to push a long fast if you can healthily do so. I also hope that doesn't put you in this all or nothing mindset where it's like, okay, I just find myself overeating so much, so now I'm just going to fast for a long period of time to offset that. And I know some people might be thinking, but yeah, isn't that what I should be doing? Yes, if you can. But I always want to remind people, if you're pushing a long fast and you are not able to achieve that, and then you find yourself going the nothing route where you're like, well, all of this sucks. Now I'm just going to eat everything. Who cares about doing anything? That's where I have an issue. So E-Gunner, even as you say this, right? So when you talk about doing carnivore and you still gaining weight, is it because the fasts aren't long enough? Do you know how many calories you're eating in general? that's causing you to do this? Were you doing OMAD or were you doing ADF? I can't remember exactly. I just want you to start finding a balance, knowing how much you are eating and seeing how long you truly have to fast to keep yourself satiated and keep going. And I say this because as someone who has very hard control with volume eating or eating in general, knowing all of you probably know by now, especially with the videos I'm putting out, my refeed videos, how much I can eat. And even with, I think somebody had posted a comment on my video yesterday and was like, I couldn't even eat one of those bowls of what you ate, let alone everything else you ate on top of it. And I think I had to remind them that that's even half of what I eat because I'm controlling myself from eating more than that. So I guess I just wonder for you, E-Gunner, if you are fasting for as long as you can to help offset. And I don't know, and this is, again, this is why sometimes these take more one-on-one sessions, but I just wonder what your diet actually looks like and where the calories are coming from. But E-Gunner, keep us posted on your journey. Thank you for sharing with us. Thank you for being open in this way, because it isn't easy to be vulnerable for a lot of people to share specific things like that. So I also appreciate you encouraging people to just keep pushing on. Oh, have fun, Birdie. Birdie says, I'm getting ready to see the Queen, Diana Ross. Super excited. Hopefully you have a great time, Birdie. I'm sure you'll probably share with us on Wednesday, or maybe you'll put it in the notes. Have fun. Have fun. Tanya says, hey, everyone, I've been struggling after my refeed, but I still walked my 6 miles every day and finally hit the timer yesterday. Congrats, Tanya. Congrats on working on other weight loss levers outside of just fasting. So you've been struggling on your refeeds, but you're still putting 6 miles a day in. So I am wondering though, when you say finally hit the timer, does that mean you stopped hitting the timer? And if you did, why? Like what got you in this place where you couldn't open up the app and just hit the timer to say, okay, I'm fasting now, even if it's just going to be a 16-hour fast, even if it's a 12-hour fast? I'm just wondering why lose the accountability on that end. And I'm not saying this to shame you, right? I'm just genuinely wondering, was there a disconnect somewhere? Did you not want to be accountable in that way? And it's okay if you didn't. I just hope that maybe you understand the importance of hitting a timer and why something like that can be beneficial. Thank you for sharing with us, Tanya. Jennifer says, so glad you're live right now. Well, I'm glad you're here, Jennifer. Was having a great day at work. Something not great happened literally in the last minute. It's not that bad in the grand scheme of things, and I'm trying to get perspective. So it still looks like you're pushing the fast though. I started fasting yesterday, so I'm 23 hours in. So are you saying that something not great happened and maybe in your head you were thinking of coping with food? Is that what you're saying? Because you wouldn't be the first. A lot of people go through this, and you also know that food isn't going to be the answer. It's not going to solve whatever that something that happened, right? It's not going to fix that. It might fix it temporarily as a dopamine hit, but it usually leaves us in a worse spot than we started. So kudos to you, Jennifer, for pushing the fast still. And remember, even if you do end up breaking, not that I'm saying you should, not that I'm saying that you're not going to be able to make it, but for people who end up breaking early, you still have an opportunity to make a change. And by that, I mean, yeah, maybe you'll break, but does it have to be the dirtiest refeed? Does it mean you have to order Grubhub or DoorDash? Does it mean that you have to pick up drive-through, or can you still make good, healthy decisions? Can you still break your fast, eat calories, and then put those calories to use by going for a walk or lifting weights at the gym? Jennifer, congrats on pushing along still. I love that for you. Hey, Skippy, did I say hi to you yet? Maybe I did. I can't remember. Okay, I'm scrolling down here. We're already 40-ish minutes in. I actually do have a coaching session in less than 45 minutes. So I might not be able to get to everyone today, but I'm just going to maybe go down here and see. Thomas says, hey, Jerome, can you please have the live chat on your video even after the live? Is that possible? When you watch the live stream after it's aired. So Thomas, people have asked me this. And so for anyone watching this right now, I think a lot of people don't know this, but you can access the live chat after the live stream has ended. You won't be able to access it right away, but you can access the live stream. I can't remember how many hours after. You can look at my live stream yesterday or the day before or a week before. You can access the live chat. You can read chat during that time. So anyone who's watching this right now, all you have to do is where you normally look at your comments, you can swipe to the right in the comment section and you can actually see the live chat. I think other people might actually help in chat share what that looks like. And if they do, Elmada says it here. Thomas, you have to wait a few hours. Then if on mobile, there are 2 dots near the comment section. The second dot is the live chat. The reason I'm putting this comment up is so anybody who watches this later on knows now how to access the live chat. I know a lot of people want to be able to read live chat, and I totally get that because we're very community-based here. So hopefully that's helpful for people in the future. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down here. Goddess of Words, I started today. Keep us posted, Goddess of Words, or Goddess of Wands. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to mess that up there. Goddess of Wands. Let us know how it goes. Whether you push a 16-hour fast, an 18-hour fast, if you go longer, keep us posted. If you're looking for accountability, share with people here in chat. That's the importance of what we're doing, the importance of being a community, sharing specific things like this. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm sure there's a kind community here that can help any questions you might have. Well, Goddess of Wands also says, I used to do extended fast years ago. It worked. I loved it. I was mentally stronger back then, but I'm disciplined. And I'm sure all of those things still apply. I am positive of that. Sometimes for many people, it just takes a nudge. It's learning how to get back into good, healthy habits. Thank you for sharing with us, Goddess. Afia, nice to see you. Hello, hello. Rainy day. So getting my 8-mile walk with 8-pound hand weights on the treadmill. More power to you, because I can't imagine getting on the treadmill. It is not my favorite thing to do, but this is Afia trying to find a way outside of just, so even for me, even on days where it might be raining or the weather is shitty, sometimes I got to suck it up and I'll be like, okay, time to go to the gym, time to get on the treadmill because I still want to put the work in. Thank you for sharing with us. 38 hours into a 46-hour fast or 46-hour fast. Congrats on being 38 hours in. You only have a little bit longer to go, Afia. Thank you for sharing with us. Megan says, I ate 5 days in a row and was up 15 pounds. I'm back down 4 pounds this morning. I eat tomorrow. Megan, thank you for sharing with us. And if I'm remembering correctly, right, you did a 21-day fast, right? And so I don't know if I've heard from you since then. And I bring this up. So, okay. First of all, I appreciate you sharing this with us. This is also why I like to really hammer the point down that yes, long fasts can be amazing. You can get quick results dropping weight doing long fasts. And I love that Megan was able to share with us and keep pushing and do what Megan had to do. But at the same time, sometimes while we might be awesome at fasting, sometimes the hard part is the refeed. And so sometimes when we find ourselves out of control, it's hard to show up and share. And so I commend you for saying, hey, I ate 5 days in a row. I'm up, but I'm back down now. And so like you're putting yourself back in a regimen. These are these learning opportunities. These are moments of growth for all of us to say, hey, I know this is still the hard part for me, I might not have control here, but I want to have control. I want to figure it out. I want to continue on my journey. So thank you for sharing with us, Megan. I know it probably wasn't easy to share that, but please keep us posted on what your journey looks like and how you intend to keep moving forward. I'm glad that you're back on it. You're back down 4 pounds after being up 15. This is part of the journey. This is something that happens with many of us. I always tell people this too. Long fasts are great and they provide such quick results. But for many of us, if we have not figured out the part yet when it comes to the diet or how to fast for shorter or how to get back on a fast after another long one, these are things we need to continue working on. And the only way we can get good at doing this is by showing up, being accountable. I'm not saying you have to be here on these live streams every single day, but if it's important for you and I'm on here live streaming, then by all means, take advantage of that. Take advantage of me being here on a daily basis, because you know what? I'm not going to be here on a daily basis forever. So take advantage of this time. Continue learning about you and yourself and what you're doing. Thank you, Megan, for sharing that. I know it wasn't easy. Acadian says, I'm 67 hours into my 90-hour fast. I've lost 8 pounds so far. Congrats, Acadian. Acadian, I know you've been here before as well. So what has your journey looked like prior to this? How have things been going? You don't have to share if you don't want to, but again, I try to remember as much as I can. I try to be as involved. So I'm just wondering how things have been prior to that, but congrats on being 67 hours in. Hi, Elle. It's nice to see you. Hey, everyone. Hi, Elle. I started my 72-hour fast today at 11:30 a.m. Let's go. Let's go, Elle. Please keep us posted. Thanks for being here as always. It's nice to see you. So you'll be done with your 72 on Thursday, correct? Am I doing that correct? Thursday, well, not at this time, but at 11:30. Anyway, everyone, I only have about 35 minutes and I have a lot to go through. So I'm scrolling down here. I can't answer everything right now. So if any of you have a question or something specific to say, you can try to re-ask it, but I literally have 35 minutes to get the rest of this out. And I still have to talk about my refeed yesterday. So let's go ahead. Let's break into the nerd stats. And actually, I forgot to throw up my nerd stats here. So let me do that. Give me 1 second, everyone. It's time for nerd stats. Give me 1 second as I import them in. One sec as we get this up, which is taking a little time. How's everyone doing? Welcome to the live stream. It's nice to see you. I'm just literally filling in time right now as my slides come in, and here they are. Today is Monday, October 27th. Today is day 722 of my journey. Has it been a perfect 722 days? No, of course not. It has not. Your journey will not be perfect. I hate to break it to you, but your journey will never be perfect. Do not expect perfection on your journey. You will slip, you will fall, you will stumble, but what's more important is, can you show up for yourself on those bad days? The more important question is, what happens after you slip, after you fall, after you stumble? I've had bad days. I've had back-to-back eating days. I've had days where I felt burnt out. I've had days where I binged. Those were tough days. Those were hard days. Those were days I really struggled. But did I say, oh, day one, everyone, you know what? I'll just wait till Monday. No, I don't do that. At this point, every day is a journey that continues. It's Monday today. How many of you are telling yourselves today is day one? How many of you are restarting your journey because you're playing this numbers game over and over and over? If this is you, if you can't even count on one hand how many times you've started over, stop. Continue your journey day after day after day. In the last 96 days, I have done exactly that. Imperfect consistency. Good days, bad days, days where I eat a ton, days where I fast for long periods of time. In the last 96 days, I have been on here on a regular basis. I have done ADFs. I have eaten back-to-back days. I have had long fasts, short fasts. I've eaten 2,500 calories some days, other days eating close to 10,000 calories. I've gone on vacation. But I'm talking to you here right now while the weight has still continued to drop and drop and drop and drop. Why? Because I continue to be accountable. I tell myself to stop starting over, just push on with my journey. I'm going to skip a couple slides here because I want to make sure I cover everything now in 31 minutes. Yesterday was my refeed. Yesterday, I completed my 4th round of alternate day fasts. Currently, I'm working on, if I can get this shown here. Currently, I'm working on my 5th round of ADF. What is an ADF? That's alternate day fasts. That means I fast every other day and I eat every other day. I'm currently 18 or almost 19 hours fasted at the moment. I'm not eating at all today. Today's a full fasting day. It's a non-negotiable day. There's no part of me that is going to eat or think about eating. Today's a very busy day for me. I've had a lot of coaching sessions. I have one in 30 minutes from now. I have a lot of work. I keep busy. It's a non-negotiable day. I ate a good amount yesterday. When I refed yesterday, I told myself, okay, Jerome, keep the rules like you normally do. Keep the calories under 3,000, keep the protein above 190. And whether I hit that goal or not, don't beat yourself up over it. Just keep it moving. So I'm going to show you what I refed with yesterday, but they're only going to be screenshots because you'll eventually see the video on YouTube in a couple days. So let's share the screenshots of what I ate yesterday. Yesterday, this is different. Yesterday, I broke my fast yesterday with cottage cheese. And have any of you ever had the everything but the bagel seasoning? Somebody had recommended eating cottage cheese with this. Listen, this was so good. I used so much of that seasoning. This was so good. I normally eat cottage cheese with something sweet. That seasoning is really, really good. Really good. It was you, Shauna. Yes. So it was so good. I ate so much of that yesterday. Yesterday, I was cooking other food and I was so hungry and I was like, I'll just have the cottage cheese right now. So I broke cottage cheese with everything but the bagel seasoning. Such a good combination. Just if you're trying something different, I would say give it a shot. Afterwards, you all know what comes up. It's about a pound of Brussels sprouts. Had about a pound of Brussels sprouts here. I roasted it, seasoned it, added a little oil, ate it with balsamic vinegar. Still my go-to, still one of my favorite things to eat. After the pound of Brussels sprouts, this is a little different. I can try to tell you everything that was in here, but this is a huge bowl of ground chicken with broccoli, carrots, peas, green onions, garlic, ginger, soy sauce, oyster sauce, rice wine. I pretty much was making like a Chinese rice bowl. It was so good. So good. I can't wait for you all to see the video because it was such a great meal. I wanted to do something different. I said, why not? Why not change things up? One of the reasons I'm so successful in what I've been doing is because I am eating foods I enjoy. I'm not just eating boring foods all day, every day. Not that you can't. You want to eat clean, you want to drop weight quick and eat super clean, that's on you. But I also know that I've been doing this for almost 2 years. I can't just eat super clean forever. Yeah, there will be days where I'll eat cleaner than others, but Listen, I try to find hacks. One of the reasons I eat ground chicken is because it's very low in calories and I can eat a lot of it. Afterwards, I have the screenshot of me holding 3 bananas. So yes, I ate all 3 of those bananas. Again, you will see the video in a couple days from now. Afterwards, and I couldn't put everything on this frame here. You're going to have to watch the video. I ended up eating, I had pistachio sugar-free Jello pudding because I think I'm getting tired of other flavors, or the vanilla and cheesecake ones. Even the chocolate one, I wasn't a fan of. And so I had this pistachio one, but I mixed it with like a brownie batter protein powder. And that actually was really good. And you see me holding a plate of butter cookies there. And that was pretty much my refeed yesterday. So here's the thing. After I ate that dessert, I did eat another 10 butter cookies. That ended up adding an extra, I believe, was it 300 calories to my refeed. So it was like 150 calories per 5 cookies. So I had another 10 cookies. I pretty much ate a sleeve of Salerno butter cookies. Was it the best choice? No, it wasn't. But the majority of my other foods were. Calorie-wise, I wasn't able to keep myself at 3,000 calories. If you look at the very bottom here, I was at 3,500 calories, but I was still at 200 grams of protein. I still look at this as a win because for me, I could have easily eaten that entire box of cookies. Like I said, I ate 1 sleeve. Yes, is it an issue? Sure. But I'm also giving myself some grace. I know what old Jerome is capable of. I know that old Jerome could eat double that amount of food. I know that I could have eaten boxes of cookies, but this is me trying to put control where I've never had control before. So I will continue to take that as a win. Not to mention the fact that my weight is still continuing to drop time after time again. I don't know why I have some things like making my eye itchy. Well, just maybe it's my hair. That's why. So where did that put me weight-wise? After yesterday's refeed, it really pushed up my weight about 6.5 pounds, back to around 145 pounds. Am I worried about it? No. What I ate yesterday was pretty salty, pretty high in sodium. But if you look at what's highlighted in red, I will gain anywhere between 4 and 6 pounds of weight after a refeed. Does it mean that I gained 4 to 6 pounds of fat? No, it doesn't. That is a combination of water. It's a combination of the food that's still in me, combination of waste, could be a number of things. How do I know that? Because if you look at what's highlighted in green, even after a 25 plus hour fast, I will still drop around 4 to 6 pounds. So it's not like I gained 4 to 6 pounds of fat, and it isn't like I lost 4 to 6 pounds of fat either. A lot of that is water weight. So whatever that number ends up being tomorrow, and here's the thing, I put on 6.4 pounds after that refeed yesterday. I really don't expect to lose more than that tomorrow because I was a little above my calorie count at 3,500 calories. If I do, that's great. But if not, I'm not going to beat myself up over it. I'm not going to say, well, that sucks. Time to just throw everything away and start over. No, the journey continues. I keep pushing forward. I keep doing what I have to do. I keep trusting the process. Tahira asks, how will you maintain the weight after instant weight loss with water fasting? How will I maintain the weight? It's what I'm doing right now. It's exactly what I'm doing right now. Maintaining the weight is a matter of controlling how I eat. Maintaining the weight is still applying fasting to my journey. It doesn't mean, and it's one of the reasons I'm not doing 90-hour fasts. I'm not fasting for 4 days anymore. I eat every other day. I fast every other day. But there have also been days where I'll eat back-to-back days. And so sometimes I'll apply a longer fast. But eventually, if I do start eating more frequently back-to-back days to maintain, I don't know why I'm quoting it, to maintain my weight, I'm going to have to control the way I eat. that eventually is what's going to have to happen. It's a balancing act. It's always been a balancing act. But part of this has also been achieved through my exercise and my cardio and my strength training and good sleep and good rest and recovery. A lot of those things are still super important. So that's pretty much what my plan is maintenance wise. Exactly, the DECA, exactly. I didn't put the comment up here, but the DECA was saying, oops, not even possible to gain pure fat. For 1 kilo, 2.2 pounds, you would have to eat 7,500 calories. And right, the math doesn't math. So for me to gain 6.5 pounds, I would have had to eat like 15, 20,000 calories for that to even show pure fat. So, right, that's why a lot of people who step on the scale and they get obsessed with the number, they don't realize that if you just trust the process, you put in a 25+ hour fast in, that weight, that water weight is going to push itself down. In the last 96 days, as I have been diligently recording my stats, I have been averaging about 15,000 plus steps a day. Yesterday's step count was under 15,000. I usually try to aim for 15,000, but it's been cold lately. I haven't been getting as many steps in as I normally have. Does that mean that I'm going to beat myself up and say, well, the hell with this? You didn't do 15,000 steps yesterday. Start over, Jerome. No. Why? Because I trust the process, because I know that I still have other levers outside of fasting, my diet, exercise that I can continue working on. Strength training wise, following morning after a refeed, that was no different today. Yesterday, I ate 3,500 calories. How did I put those calories to use this morning? I got up, I walked 45 minutes to the gym, I lifted heavy, and after my lifting session, I walked 45 minutes back and then got ready for work. I am putting my calories to use. I am taking advantage of the calories that I consumed. Now, I follow something called the 80-20 rule. What is the 80-20 rule? That's where 80% of the time I do what I'm supposed to be doing. 80% of the time I'm fasting, I'm keeping my calories in check when I'm refeeding, I'm getting my steps in, I'm lifting weights. 80% of the time. The other 20% of the time, that's when I'm overeating because I'm going out with friends. I'm going on vacation. I'm going to a bar. I am giving myself the opportunity to do things that I normally wouldn't do on a frequent basis. And if we want to talk about frequency, take a look at it right here. In the last 96 days, I have had 80% days. So the majority of the last 96 days of my journey has been me doing what I'm supposed to be doing. The 20% days when I'm on vacation or I'm going out with friends and I'm drinking and I'm overeating, it's only been 14 times of the last 96 days. I practice an 80-20 rule where the majority of the time I do what I'm supposed to be doing. Now, does that mean that you have to follow an 80-20 rule? No, it doesn't. Does that mean that you need to eat 5,000-6,000 calories like I do? No, it doesn't. Does that mean that you have to eat the 3,500 calories I ate yesterday? No, it doesn't. You have to do what works for you. Don't do what I'm doing. Don't imitate what I'm doing. We can apply the same principles. Work on your fasting, work on your diet, work on your exercise. All of these things are good, healthy habits that you can perform, but you don't have to do it exactly the way I do. Do not fall for this person's doing it this way, so I'm going to do it exactly like that. Oh, I'm going to follow this exact protocol exactly down to the dotted I's and the crossed T's. When you do that, when you follow someone else's protocol to the T that way, it can never be long lasting because eventually you'll be like, I don't want to do this anymore. This sucks. Why do you think I eat the way I do? Why do you think I fast the way I do? Why do you think it changes time and time again? Why do you think I eat different things? Why do you think I tell myself not to feel guilty or ashamed or care about what other people say about the way I eat? Because they're not me. They don't know what long lasting means for me. I don't know what long term means for you either. Because you know what? you probably don't either, because it's going to take time for you to learn that. You have to do what works for you. Your journey is your own, mine is mine, but we all have the same goal at the end of the day, to be happy and to be healthy. We're going to just rush through these because I have less than 15 minutes at this point. For the month of October, I told myself no fasting goals. Yes, I'm going to fast. I'll fast as I comfortably can, as logical as it can be for me. And I will not abide by a specific number on the scale, but instead, I'm just going to put myself at a caloric deficit of 10,500 for the month of October, because I know the important thing for me is to just lose excess body fat. If you look at week number 1, anything highlighted in yellow, I was off of my calorie pace. I'm trying to put myself at a calorie deficit of 339 calories per day. Anything highlighted in green means that I hit or I was above my calorie pace. 3 days out of the first week, I was above my calorie pace. Week number 2, the majority of that week, I was above my calorie pace, continuing to lose body fat day after day after day. Week number 3, again, the majority of the days I was above my calorie pace. If we are currently on week 4, I have now gone 4 days in a row above my calorie pace. I pretty much hit my goal yesterday, but it doesn't end, because every day that passes, I have to continue adding onto that deficit. So that's why I'm fasting again today. That's why every day matters. Every day matters, because every day you are putting work in. Every day, think about it like this. If you tell yourself, well, fuck today. I'm just going to eat whatever I want today and tomorrow. And let's say it happens for 3 days in a row and you end up eating, let's say 15,000 calories. Think about how far you would be behind now, how much additional fat you've put on yourself. And now you're playing this catch-up game, because now you're going to say, I'm going to fast for 6 days. I'm going to fast for 10 days. And then 2 days into it, you don't want to do it anymore. And then you do the same shit where you overeat and you eat in excess. And then you're just digging yourself a deeper hole. You're getting yourself in a bigger caloric deficit. Every day matters. Every day matters. I'm at the point now where I am pretty much on pace. I should be able to finish the month of October being an additional 3 pounds of body fat down. Those are the nerd stats for today. Time for Fit Check. I have 15 minutes. What is Fit Check? I look goofy with my hair like this. Whatever. Fit Check is when I stand back here and I show you what I look like physically. Whether I am up in weight like I am today, or whether I'm feeling super lean, I will stand back here. Why? Because it's important for me to be accountable. It's important for me to be transparent, because you know what typically happens for me when I have a bad day of eating? I want to hide. I want to run away. I want to ignore. I want to avoid. And when I do any of those things and I'm in my apartment by myself, feeling sorry for myself, I say, well, you already ate bad yesterday. You might as well eat bad again today. That's why doing these accountability live streams and showing you Fit Check, standing up here, even though I'm 6.5 pounds up in weight, that is a reminder to me that I can't keep doing that, because I don't want to keep standing up here if I keep continuing to gain weight. But I do it because I know that it will keep me in check. Before I stand up there, like I do on every live stream, as I'm trying to get this up and posted, I have been overweight my entire life. As a child, and you'll see Shauna threw up the Fit Check emoji. As a child, I've already been overweight. As an adolescent, same thing. As a teenager, I was already morbidly obese. By the time I was a teenager, I was already morbidly obese. In my 20s, in my 30s, in my 40s, I have been as heavy as 235 pounds at 5'3". For me, where I have been, I share all those photos because I want you to understand that I didn't just recently become morbidly obese. I have been like this for my entire life. Overweight as a child for the most part, but then obese in my teenage years and morbidly obese up until my 40s. I'm 44 years old right now. I'm going to be 45 soon. And I share all those photos so you understand that I have lost this weight and kept it off through fasting, through performing good, healthy habits. I've lost this weight naturally. That's what I'm trying to let you know. And I say this because for anybody who might be thinking, well, I have no chance. I'm telling you right now, I lost this weight naturally. No medication, no, why am I forgetting my typical things that I say here? I have lost this weight naturally, no medication, not through GLP-1, not through Ozempic or Wegovy or anything like that, not through weight loss surgery. I've lost it naturally. And so for anybody who is wondering or feels like they have no hope, if I can lose this weight naturally, even in my mid 40s, maybe you can too. Maybe all it takes is working on getting your good, healthy habits down, being accountable for yourself. Now, if you are on medication or you are on GLP-1 or you've had weight loss surgery, this is not a knock on you. I want you to do what you need to do. I want you to take care of yourself in the best way possible. This is just for anybody who thinks that, hey, maybe there's still a chance for me to find some good in what I'm doing. So that's all I had to say when it came to that. Miss Peaceful One with a $10 super chat. Miss Peaceful One, thank you for your continued support as always. I appreciate you so much. Miss Peaceful One with a $10 super chat says, Chicago. I love that. That was a Tommyism with the Chicago. I'm so proud of you. Thank you so much, Miss Peaceful One. You've hit new lows, proved you can get closer to your goal doing ADF and progress with your eating. Look at you. You're truly amazing. Hashtag you've done a lot of hard things. Thank you so much, Miss Peaceful One. Thank you for the kind words as always. I appreciate you. I love that we can all come together. We all know that a lot of this is common sense. It just takes time and effort and accountability. And I mean, as kind as you are and all these great things you say to me, that goes both ways because I've been watching your journey too and everything you've been sharing and you've done so much for yourself too. So know that goes both ways. Miss Peaceful One, thank you for the $10 super chat. I appreciate you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, everyone, we're going to do fit check. I'll be honest, I don't want to do fit check because I'm 6.5 pounds up, but that's okay. I am feeling kind of bloated. I actually am wearing a shirt right now that is one of the smallest shirts that I own. These are the slimmest shirts that I own. And interestingly enough, even being 6.5 pounds up in weight, feeling bloated, the shirt still fits me reasonably. That is, for me, that's the point where I'm just like, shit, I can still wear my small clothes. I don't have to wear my quote unquote fat clothes or bloated clothes, and I feel pretty good in it. That's a big win for me. So I'm currently wearing this shirt, which is an extra small. This shirt that I'm wearing is even smaller than a boy's extra large. That's how slim these shirts are. These pants that I'm wearing, this is a size 14 boys. If you don't know what a size 14 boys looks like, go to a department store, go look for the large boys pants, and you'll know how small I am. Why do I wear boys clothes? Because I'm short. I'm only 5'3". All right, time for fit check. Oh, I got to lift the monitor up. See, that's correct. So remember, I'm 4.5 pounds up, or 4.5. I'm 6.5 pounds up right now. This honestly, because even as I look at myself, I'm like, yeah, I still look pretty slim, even after eating all that food yesterday. To me, I look at that and I'm like, this is a testament of me showing up every day. This is a testament of me putting work in every day, that I can still have a 3,500 calorie day. I can eat butter cookies. I could probably even have a 5,000 calorie day and still fit into this okay and not feel awful about myself. Front shot here. And remember, I'm only like 15 hours fasted, whatever it is right now. Side shot. Rear. Side. So remember too, like I am bloated, right? I mean, I do have bloat. I excess skin, loose skin. I have belly fat that I know I still have to get rid of, but I'm very happy with my progress. I know I put the work in every day, and I'm proud of that. And like I said, when people talk shit about me in the comments or they say whatever and they say, how can you, whatever, it's just like, you don't know the work I put in. I've been doing this shit for 2 years. You got nothing on the work that I've put in. So anyway, I'm very happy with where I'm currently at now. I'll try to pronounce this. Bramjat, am I saying that right? Bramjat Karbanda. That's the best I can probably do. Is this a 449 rupee? Hopefully that's correct to super chat. Bramjat, thank you so much for your support. I don't know if I've seen you in here before, but thank you for your support. Bramjat with the 449 rupee super chat, I believe, says, hey, Jerome, you're an inspiration. I'm losing fat aggressively. I'm worried about loose skin. Any methods to mitigate that? Thanks for everything. Bramjat, so I can't share with you in terms of loose skin, except, I mean, you've seen what I've looked like. I've shown you what I've looked like previously, how big my stomach was there. And honestly, I haven't done anything specifically except just fasting and working on lifting weights. I mean, those are the things that I've been doing. I don't take anything. I don't take anything special. I'm not saying that you shouldn't. I'm not saying there's stuff out there, but to me, the way I look at this, Bramjat, is for you, I'm not saying don't worry about your loose skin, but I would pay more attention to, hey, if you're losing fat, keep working at it. Keep working on you. Keep doing what you have to do. Start lifting weights. Make that an important thing for you. I know for me, lifting weights, it fills up like how I look in that way. So that might be my only advice. There might be other people here who might be able to share that, but like I share with people, I have loose skin. Like it's here on my neck, right? I have loose skin on my upper arms. I have loose skin on my lower belly, on my upper inner thighs. I really don't worry about it at this point because I have goals. I have goals to continue building muscle, and I have goals to continue losing the rest of this body fat. So Bramjat, congrats though on losing so much weight. You'll have to keep us posted on what you've been doing and what your journey looks like. Thank you for sharing with us. And thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Okay, everyone. We might not have time to really do Q&A. We have less than 5 minutes here, but I'll do this really quick. I'll try to do it as quickly as I can because I have a coaching session in 5 minutes. If any of you are looking for additional help when it comes to fasting, weight loss, or accountability, if you're looking for an accountability partner or an accountability coach, you can go to finallyfasting.com. You can book a one-on-one session with me. We can talk face-to-face. We can put a game plan and a strategy together. I can be your accountability coach or an accountability partner. Sometimes that's the only piece that we're missing. We know how to lose weight. We know what good, healthy habits look like. We just need the accountability when it comes to that. Finallyfasting.com if any of you are interested. If any of you also want to help support me in a different way, you can go to the link in the description of this live stream and be part of the Finally Fasting fam. All you have to do is click that link, or you can click the join button on my YouTube channel. It's where you get to be part of the Finally Fasting fam, where you get to use custom emoji like this. You'll see people in chat with green next to their name. You get to use custom emoji, like I said, and you'll get your name on the intros of these live streams. So if you want to support me in that way, take a look at that. So I have 3 minutes to answer questions, and I know there's always one question that I will answer for sure. And Margaret asks it here. Did I even say if you have questions, you can ask it now? But if you have questions, try to ask now, answer what I can. Margaret says, what time are you going to live stream tomorrow, Jerome? And Aisha says the same. What time do you plan on live streaming tomorrow, Jerome? Let me just double check my calendar real quick. Tomorrow is Tuesday? Yeah, tomorrow's Tuesday. Oh, tomorrow can be Tomorrow, I would say somewhere around 1:30. No. I have a session tomorrow at that time, I believe. Right, today's Monday. Okay. Maybe around 2:30 p.m. Central. 2:30 to 3 p.m. Central is my guess. Oh shit, maybe not. Actually, it might be in the morning. Listen, I'm like rushed, so I can't really think about this because I have another session later in the evening. Tomorrow might be an early one. Tomorrow might be at like 12 p.m. So maybe we'll do 12 p.m. I'll have to double check. If that number is different, I apologize. I'm so sorry, but like yeah, that's the best I can give you for now. So I'm just gonna scroll up here and see if there were any other questions. I have 2 minutes, and actually I probably don't, so probably not. That's okay. Okay, it's okay. We're good. Okay, everyone, that's it for me. Sorry, I was unable to like really take time to do Q&A, but I do have to jump off of here because I have a coaching session to catch. Thank you all for being here today. I just want to say a huge thank you to Lana Tana for being part of the Finally Fasting fam, also for your generous donation, to GYSD as well, to Tommy and to Miss Peaceful One and to Brahmjot. Thank you all so much for supporting me and dropping the additional support in that way. Thank you to all my Finally Fasting fam members. Thank you for being part of the Finally Fasting fam. And thank you to my everyday people who show up here, sharing your accountability, being kind and supportive to others. We will do this again tomorrow, okay? Remember, you're not alone on your journey. If any of you are struggling right now, just think about where I'm at. I'm fasting all day today. You can too. Think about everyone who's about to join the 72-hour fast. They're all doing it together. Have that inspiration. Feel like you can do it with them as well. Okay, that's it for me. Thank you again so much. I'll see you all tomorrow. I'm going to do my obligatory wave, and I think that's it for now. All right, I'll see you all soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.